Good day, I am Prophetess Shade Gilmore. Let me go here and release this word that I have written down. And it had to be nobody but God who gave me this ideal. And I wrote down some stuff and he asked me to put it out. So let's go here. And I'm going to release this word. I wrote down, turn over how you discipline your children to the Lord. I'm going to say it again. Turn over how you discipline your children to the Lord. I will encourage you to. And I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about. What I mean when I say turn over. Mean hand it over to the Lord. Let him make the decisions on how you discipline them. When they act out, when they do something or whatever the case may be that you do not like. Instead of you just reacting and choosing their punishment or choosing how to discipline them, seek the Lord. Give him all rights of how you discipline them, how you choose to discipline them. Because for one, God knows them. They're his children. He knows them. He knows everybody. Even those that, he knows everybody. But I wrote down, as I just said, so when they do or say something that you don't approve of, instead of taking actions against them right at that second, take them to God in prayer and ask him, how should you discipline them behind this situation? I also wrote down and said, and wait on him to tell you before you discipline them. So meaning even if he don't tell you how to discipline them behind that certain situation until 7 days later, until a month later, wait on his answer. Don't just take it in your hand. Give it over to him. But I also wrote down and said, if you turn it over to the Lord, allow the Lord to invite the Lord into how you discipline your children. If you turn it over to him, it's going to cut down. It's going to cut back on childhood abuse. It's going to cut back on childhood trauma. Because a lot of people just discipline their children how they was taught or how they was disciplined or how they think they should handle a situation. I'm not saying your way of handling it is wrong, but what I am saying, what is God saying? Let's include God in everything. Not just Sunday morning church, not just to get us out of trouble, not just when whatever it is. Include him in everything, including when it comes to discipline your children. Because I can just be transparent and talk about some of the discipline I received as a kid that if Child Protective Service would have heard about it, I probably would have been put in foster care. Because, and I'm going to just shine a light on some, putting soap, liquid soap, into a kid's mouth is abuse. I don't care what the child said, that's abuse. I received that as a kid by the one who called herself my mom. Not only did she put it in my mouth, but my so-called sibling mouth too. But that's what she thought was the right thing to do, according to her. Other action, discipline actions I received. Shared that to say this. Turn over. Invite the Lord into how you discipline your children. This is not limited to the Black community. This is for every race of people. But definitely Black community. But not limited to us. And I say it like that, Black community, the Black race, because for some reason, the Black race as a whole tends to be a little harder when it comes to discipline. You can't go in the store and touch nothing, or they gonna beat your finger. Like and I'm not saying again, children shouldn't be disciplined, but what I am saying, what is God saying? Are you taking the right actions when it comes to disciplining that child? Or are you, in his sight, abusing them? What is God saying? He know them. He know how they should be disciplined. So seek him. Seek him. I can just touch base on things I done seen what other people do with their children. And this is not to shame, but to shine a light on stuff that I have seen. Things I done heard, how people discipline their children. Someone I know of, it came out that her child had decided to start interacting with the same sex. I had to see how I want to word it. And she thought she can choose the act. She decided to choose. Back then, she chose the actions of trying to beat, and that was almost she gonna beat it out of him. First of all, and I know people don't know, that's a spirit. That's the spiritual things. You're trying to handle a spiritual situation with actions of the flesh. But two, that's a prime example. Because in spiritually, she wasn't there, so she didn't know. But if she would have sought the Lord on how to handle, and it could be easier said than done in that very moment. I understand that. It can. But that's why I'm saying this now. Seek the Lord. Seek the Lord on the actions you should take when your child, if or when they do something that you don't approve of. Don't just think you know it all. Yes, they may be yours, but they was first God's. He knows them. So go to him about them in prayer. Don't go to your neighbor with your mouth on them. Go to God and see what he has to say. Wait on him to tell you how you should handle the situation. I am Prophetess Sade Gilmore.